Alright, YouTube, welcome back. So I wanted to talk about gasoline vehicle fire hazards. We're not talking about in a collision. We're talking about just gasoline powered vehicles. Whoa, we got Smokey. Whatever. He's not drone watching, that's for sure. Pennsylvania Airport. So you're gonna look at 2024 Jeep EV recall for your EV vehicle catching on fire. Now there was a YouTuber that we were talking about. Why is this on? It's not on. This old Sequoia, she definitely pumps the heat out. That he was saying, stay with us. That he said that EV vehicles are safer than gasoline-powered vehicles. And he was saying this, that a gasoline vehicle is more dangerous than an EV vehicle while you're storing them in your garage. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're wrong, dude. You can continue to keep trying selling the public EV, force feeding them EV nonsense to get your sponsors up for Rivian and whoever else, but I don't know about you, dude, but it looks like there's about 90%, probably 99% gasoline-powered vehicles out here, or diesel-powered vehicles out here than EV, and not one of these mofos spontaneously combusts.
That's a lot of models.
So, no, but it's a Jeep one is what I'm concerned with.
It's 154,000 models, year
So
2020.
April's going to just give you one manufacturer and one product line that has a spontaneous combust fire hazard warning, right? So read it.
It says, yes, Jeep recalled over 154,000 model year 2020 to 2024 Jeep Wrangler and Grand Cherokee plug-in hybrid electric vehicle.
Oh, so it's three product lines?
Due to a risk of fire. The recall includes 118,230 Jeep Wranglers, PHEVs, and 35,802 Jeep Grand Cherokee PEVs. The recall is due to defect in high voltage battery pack that can lead to a fire while parked or driving.
There you have
Owners
it.
should park their vehicles outside and away from structures and other vehicles, not charge their vehicles until they're repaired.
So how about that? So the guy who was doing the Rivian spot,
The recall was prompted by a routine company review of customer data that led to
Absolutely.
an internal investigation.
So-
Jeep has reported 2 injuries and received 27 consumer complaints. Holy crap.
154,000 vehicles just in 2024, 2 product lines from
I'm surprised it's more Wranglers.
Jeep Wrangler. It was because it's the same platform for the hybrids, for the EV.
It's crazy.
So back to the guy who was, fluffing EV. No wonder he wasn't charging in his house, right? Because it's not advised charging in his garage. And then that said specifically, do not charge your Jeep EV products in your house because they could spontaneously catch on fire, or while you're driving, just catch on fire. And that's what happens with these battery packs today. They give off such an immense amount of heat that it doesn't take much for them to blow up in the battery packs, or melt down the system. So there's nobody there. I think there was a few fuel injector recalls for leaking fuel or fuel rail problems. And sometimes that happens, but it's not very evident, or it's not very prominent in gasoline or diesel powered vehicles that they have a fuel leak fire hazard issue. It's not very common. Where EV, they keep that on the let's not talk about it until someone becomes a crispy critter in their EV while they're driving, or their house burns down because it was a fireworks display from their car in their garage and burns the whole house down, or even 10 feet from your house, because these things throw spark and debris 15, 20, 30 feet from where they're charging too. So that's a firework that just goes off whenever it feels like it. And then April and I did some video on the Tesla that we had that it burned our grass, and there is no heat source technically under a Tesla like an engine or an exhaust system. The heat source was the whole bottom of the car, and the battery was preconditioning itself, but enough to burn my grass and not catch it on fire. But I would bet you it would catch it on fire if we were in a drought and a drier situation. So, yeah, you don't want to park your EV vehicle on your lawn or over leaves or anything that is flammable, because there is a high risk of that catching on fire. And I've parked my cars and Jeeps and anybody who's been off-roading and some stuff that, is flammable, and you don't hear, these swampers or people are driving through the woods burning down anything, right? So, let alone drive your EV through the woods. Who would ever want to do that? But yeah, the fire hazard, the spontaneous combustion of an EV vehicle has the probability of, I would say, right now, probably more than a 50 or 60% rate of it could happen to you, right? So if you charge in your house and there's an issue, pretty much you're gonna have a total loss, including your car. If you charge close to outside your house, same thing there. You have total loss of your vehicle and your property, and maybe more.
I couldn't even get grass to burn back in that one spot.
It took a while because it's actually like a radiation, and it's a gas too that it gives off. But there you go. You're driving your EV vehicle, and it's going to spontaneous combust. Now, neglected gasoline power and diesel fuel vehicles, meaning customers who are driving around, or people who are driving around with misfires and wire harnesses that are laying on things like that, and oil leaks and fuel leaks. Yeah, they're gonna just do that because of neglect. If you're just talking about a non-neglected EV versus a non-neglected gasoline internal combustion powered vehicle or diesel powered vehicle, the probability of you burning your house down with your vehicle sitting at idle is 0. Not going to happen, right? Never going to happen. And the probability of your EV vehicle self-destructing by igniting itself all by its lonesome without anybody's influence, it just can happen because that's the way they program that car to operate. Is it's going through its processes to condition that battery, not including all the weak points. So less likely for your gasoline powered vehicle to catch on fire from a manufacturer defect while you're driving. Not very common. Very common for your vehicle to catch on fire from poor workmanship, neglect of your gasoline or diesel powered vehicle. But high probability of your EV vehicle catching on fire whenever you don't expect it to happen. I mean, you're driving your car along in your battery powered car that has less moving parts, and it could just catch on fire. Or parked in your driveway or your garage, not charging it, or at the mall or anywhere, and catch on fire. Let alone charging it, it could catch on fire. So, and if you don't think that this is true, go to Google and you'll see that, EV vehicles are very dangerous, and they actually explode too. And they incinerate the entire vehicle to where the fire departments have to use special procedures to try and contain that fire. There's also special procedures to contain the contamination and waste products that are hazardous to the environment as well. So a whole different process of taking care of an EV vehicle when it comes to disposal than gasoline vehicles. Thanks for watching.